I'm going to go back, getting right to the end here, but I want to go back and show you how you can share your temple names. Let's see where. So you go to temple, and that's where all your reservations are held. And it gives you a list of all your people. This is where we find ordinance ready reservation policy. If you wanted to review that again, that's found there. So in order to share, let's say, and I've got, but let's say that I wanted to share these names that need baptismal work with my daughter so that her children could do the baptisms. So I would just come up here. I'd click the ones I'm wanting to have done. I would say share, and I can share them with family or friends, or I can share them with the temple. If I share them with the temple, they will go into a huge file. And actually, the latest I heard was that a male named to get his ordinances done, his endowment and done, would take somewhere from 7 to 9 years. So that's why I say the temple is getting so many names from people submitting. But if I want to share it with my family or friends, so I could, it puts my name here, and maybe I want to share it with Lori, my daughter, and I would type in Lori's name here and her email address, and then I would click send. She would then have 2 weeks to accept that. And once she accepts it, it goes to her temple list, and then she can do that work. If she doesn't accept it in 2 weeks, doesn't see that email, or just doesn't, for some reason, doesn't accept that, then it would revert back to my temple list. So the names are never lost when you share them through the computer. When you have cards and you give them to somebody, sometimes you forget who you give them to, and then you don't know if they've been done, and you have to come back to the computer to check to see on the website if they're done. I'm going to cancel that because I'm not going to share that with her right now. I will later. When this is a name that I picked up that actually had been shared with the temple. Not that I don't have enough names, but I think I wanted to, I know this one down here is the same situation. It was shared with the temple, and this is a little closer relative on a family I was working with. And so I wanted to do that. And so I reserved it. But the expiration date on ones that you reserve, that you share with the temple, those names, that if you pick up one that has been shared with the temple, it only gives you a short time. So if the temple were open tomorrow, it only gives you 90 days to get that done. That's because they don't want, just holding on to them and not getting them done. But when you normally reserve names that I've researched, such as Anne here, it gives me 2 years from the time that I reserved them. And since the temples are closed, it's not going to keep counting. It's going to stop the clock and wait, and then it's going to reset this when the temples are open and we can get this work done.